I love a challenge.
Hey guys, Hauntzer here. This is my guide on Jarvan. Jarvan is a really strong skirmisher and engager for teamfights. He has a really long range engage. He is also pretty tanky and does decent damage. On Jarvan, I like to run against AD matchups, flat AD reds, armor yellows, CDR blues, and AD quints. Against MR matchups, I like to run flat AD reds, health scaling yellows, MR blues, and flat AD quints. As for masteries on Jarvan, the most common setup on Jarvan is 12-0-18. The reason you don't go fervor and you go grasp instead is because you're more of a tank and you're not going to be autoing people that much, so you won't be able to proc fervor as often. He doesn't have any auto attack reset abilities, so it's not like he's going to be stacking up that fervor super fast like Renekton would. Instead, getting grasp for the burst damage and for long fights is a lot better and more suitable to his kit because he also stacks a lot of HP with his core item build. Skill order in the early game, generally you want to go Q first because it's your main damage and harass tool. Also helps you push waves, shreds our armor. Then level 2 really depends on the lane matchup. If you're getting pushed in and you want to sustain as much as possible, you level W. And if you're looking for an all-in or getting a gank, then leveling E is good. And then in the third level, you level whatever skill you didn't level up, and then you max Q first, then W, then ulti, and then E. Jarvan's early lane is not as strong as other champs because he really needs points in his skills to do damage and all in. So he's going to be farming early, but once around level 4 or 5, that's when he becomes really strong. He has a lot of poke damage in his Q and has really good all in potential with his EQ combo. He sets up ganks pretty well, and at level 6 it's really easy to gank the enemy laner if they have no flash. Jarvan's pretty flexible on his early item path. Generally you want to start either Doran's Shield or Corrupting Potion for early game sustain, and then after that you want to rush your Mat for good wave clear and better all-in. And his core item build is pretty much Black Cleaver, Titanic Hydra, and Gargoyle Stoneplate. Those 3 items really complement his kit really well because it gives him a lot of tankiness and damage with the Black Cleaver and Titanic Hydra. And once he's in the enemy backline, he isn't the tankiest champion, so getting Gargoyle Stoneplate to make him even tankier really helps him stick on the backline and do even more damage. So his strongest item spikes would be Tiamat early in lane, gives you the most wave clear, just a lot of extra damage, and after that probably Black Cleaver. If you're against a tank matchup, it really helps you do a lot more damage to the tank and split push well, and getting extra CDR and health is really helpful for all ending. Then after that, the next spike would be Titanic Hydra. It increases your damage by a lot because you haven't upgraded Tiamat yet, and the active on Hydra does a lot of damage. Basic Jarvan combo is his EQ. You just press E and then Q right after, and you'll fly to the where you put the flag, and it knocks everyone up in between. That's like the basic bread and butter. Next combo would probably be EQ and then flash. If you EQ to a certain distance, and then say you miss enemy champion, if you flash onto the enemy champion, you'll still get the knockup, but you won't get the damage. The knockup's still really good for getting CC and CC chain, and although you won't be using the combo a lot, it's still useful in some situations and good to know about. The best types of champions to run with Jarvan would be any champion that has decent follow-up. For mid lane, it would be like Galio or Orianna. They can follow up really well off your ulti, and once you lock someone down, you can get a lot of CC and wombo on them. He also plays really well with CC junglers like Elise, where he can follow up off the cocoon, or your jungler can cocoon off your EQ, and pretty much works with any role. Whatever role has CC can do well with Jarvan because it makes his engage a lot more easier to land. So once laning phase is over and tier 1s are down, your main objective on Jarvan would be to get as much farm as possible and look for roams or TP plays. If you have a good matchup for Jarvan and you're able to push in, you should definitely look to roam mid and try to blow their mid laner's flash. Once their flash is down, it's going to be a really easy kill. Alright, that's it for my guide. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy playing J4.